All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah HaKodash. And double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to all you Akim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And that's going to be a quick lesson through the spirit, but nevertheless, I want to play this video because, hey, this is why we always, bring out the scriptures. Hey, you women you are not meant to teach these scriptures, man. Right? It's not your role, and you're prohibited from teaching. Now, you can teach, the younger women, how to be a woman, so forth and so on. But as far as going into the book and trying to break down scriptures, man, no, man, leave it alone. How is it, and as our apostles and our elders always say, how is it they know all these breakdowns, but forget about what the scriptures say in the book of Corinthians, about what Paul wrote to the church of Corinth? You know all these precepts, but you forget what the scriptures say in Corinthians and Timothy, so forth and so on. Now, I'm gonna let this play, and then we're going to get into it.
Evil women cannot grow hair. When a woman is evil, women cannot grow hair. When a woman is evil and doesn't submit to her husband, the Lord will snatch all her hair out. It's a curse in Isaiah 3:17.
Now, look how proud she is as she says this, man. Now, she says evil women can't grow hair, and look at her head. See, because today, our women will be like, oh, well, that's a lot of hair. No, you're supposed to have more hair than that, man. And we're going to grab that out of the book of 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. But she's saying evil women can't grow hair. No, what Isaiah 3:16 is speaking of, it's a curse upon our women, right? Due to our disobedience from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. This is just another part of curses, right? But it affects majority the southern kingdom, right? We understand that the northern kingdom women still have, long hair. You have certain of them who may not have as long as hair, but this curse, and I'm going to grab this Isaiah 3. I'm going to start here at, I'll start here at 16. It says, moreover, the Lord Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Shemel Shai will discover their secret parts. So here it is. That's not just a curse, quote unquote, for women who are evil. No, it's a curse upon the whole. It's a curse, man. For example, when we go into Deuteronomy 28:15 down, those curses aren't just written and aren't just put upon the wicked of Jake. No, it's upon all of Israel. So Isaiah 3:16 applies not to just the wicked. Hey, and that yourself, your hair is short. You can't grow your hair. Hence, an evil woman then. Right? By that same standard, you're the evil woman in which your breakdown is speaking of. No, it's just, this is the curse. Why? Because the hair is a glory unto our women, man. And being at the state we're in, hey, we're completely filthy. Yahweh Shema Shai put that scab on the head as a stamp, as a moniker to show, hey, look at the state you're in, man. You can't even have your natural beauty, right? This 1 Corinthians 11, and I'm let me get to the point. Shit, I could start up, but I'll get to the point. This 1 Corinthians 11. And I'll start here at 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Right? Hey, so you're not supposed to be a man with, a long ass hair, man. An afro is cool, But even in that, brothers don't let it get too long. We trim it up. Hey, I have one. I've had one since I came into the truth, man. And I try to keep it, trimmed. You're not supposed to be having no shoulder length, braids going down the back and Hey, for example, when you look at the Samoans and the Tongans and all of them, they be all having long ass hair to where if they're walking down the street and you can't see their face, you wouldn't know whether it's a man or a woman. That's an indicator it's too fucking long, man. Right? Hey, and even in that, how is it that you have the men of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who can grow their hair longer than some of their women? Right? But it's a shame for a man to have long hair, so hey, you cut it. And that was an order given unto us. Ultimately, it's written of. So Yahweh Shem Shai wanted it there. And it's a law. Hey, but it was enforced also by our elder apostle Tahar, right? It says, but if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her. Let's go into that word glory. G1391. It says a splendor of brightness, magnificence, excellence, majesty. It says the glorious condition of blessedness. Right? It says honor, glory, dignity. Right? Because when you take a look at the customs of when spoils of war were acquired. Matter of fact, let's grab it. This Deuteronomy 21 to show forth that the short hair, is dishonorable, and it represents, and we're going to get into it. This Deuteronomy 21, I'm going to just read it. It says 10, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power have delivered them unto thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, right, the spoils, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, right? Because when you look at the heathen, a lot of their customs, especially of their women, even of today, they grow their hair, and offer it unto idols, as they're growing it, and even in the act of cutting it off, they still do it in commemoration to those idols, man, right? That's especially with Elam, they do it as a sign of women when they, quote unquote, they'll say they have bad luck or some evil spirits. They'll cut their hair off to start over, and then that hair is then commemorated to those gods or idols in which they believe in, and sold to the end up. Our women put that shit right into their head. Everything has a spirit attached unto it, so they put that same demon that those heathen were worshiping, they attach it unto themselves, man, and then they wonder why their hair starts to fall out. Why their edges are gone. From that practice, while their scalp actually get infested, with parasites. That's why they always tapping it. And every brother know what I'm talking about, man, when they beating their head, because when it itch, because you're putting foreign hair, into your head, man. Right? It says, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that, thou shalt go into her, and she shall, and that's like it. Thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Right? But she had to go through that purging or that cleansing process, and also mourn for her family. But going back to the point of Isaiah 3, it's not just evil women, man. That curses on our women as a whole. Right now, do you have exceptions of certain Southern Kingdom Jakes that have long hair? Yeah, but the majority, is bald headed, man. That's a curse put on us, or put on our women, man. Right? Because what it also does is, or what it's supposed to do, is diminish pride. You talk about a woman in her hair. That's why the N-Dub, especially the black woman, is always mad when you bring up the topic of hair, or a particular wearing natural hair, because it's something meaningful into them. As much as they say it's not, it very much is. That's why they'll put the fake stuff in their hair, to mimic or mock what they wish they had, because it's supposed to be your glory. So I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna close out. Yeah, so this is 1 Corinthians 11, and it reads 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is for a glory unto her, right? 15, and isn't NLT, and isn't long hair a woman's pride and joy? For it has been given to her as a covering, right? That's the point. That's the point, you know? So I just wanted to bring this quick lesson to the body, you know, and Salat, can't leave without this, man. Got to get this precept as well. There's 1 Timothy 2 and 11. But let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So that's the point, man. Hey, you're not even supposed to be teaching it. You know, allow the men of the Lord to teach. You know, that's not your office. So that's the point. You know, now we can close out. And so, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah HaKodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Yahweh and bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.